Hi everyone. I am 5 days post-op of a hemorrhoidectomy. And so I've never done a YouTube video before, so I'm gonna do the best that I can. I've never even written a review before. However, I'm doing this for people like me. From the very first day, my first day of post-op, I was looking for videos because I was in so much pain and I couldn't find much. And so because I was in so much pain, it was challenging for me to make a video the past 4 days. So I did decide to do it today because I'm feeling okay. I'm a little woozy off the medicine, so I'm gonna do the best that I can, and I hope that this helps someone else. So long story short, about 5 years ago, I started having really bad constipation. I'm 36 years old, and so I'm not sure where it came from. However, when I turned 30, everything went downhill from there. And so, I'm hot. I got braids in my hair. Everything went downhill from there. And so I went to doctors. I kept getting misdiagnosed. I've had several different surgeries. I've had 4 colonoscopies. And so I met this one doctor and he was like, we got to do something about this. There were hemorrhoids hanging from my bottom. I had internal and external hemorrhoids. And so when he tried to do the exam, it killed me. And so he stopped and he was like, you know what? Let's get you scheduled. I'm excited. Like, yeah, let's do this. It's something that I have to do. And so it happened on a Saturday. And so the day I went in, I was nervous. My blood pressure was high. They gave me the medicine, put me to sleep, woke up in recovery in excruciating pain. I felt like I was dying. So the recovery nurse, she kept coming over. She gave me fentanyl. She gave me fentanyl to control the pain. The first 2 doses were fentanyl. And then she gave me something else, but the pain still wasn't under control. So when I woke up from recovery, my pain was at a 10. And so when she gave me the fentanyl, pain was at about a 7. And I still was in pain. So she gave me something else that put me to sleep. I'm not sure exactly what that was, but it put me to sleep. And so woke up, pain was at about a 5. So because it was at a 5, I guess the recovery nurse thought it was okay for me to put my things on. It was time to go. I was like, okay, fine. I could barely walk. I got up. They got me a wheelchair. Took me to the car with my sister, and I got in the back seat, laid out in the back seat. Do not sit in that front seat. Do not sit on your bottom. I know it's challenging to sit in that wheelchair too, but when you get in that car, do not sit on your bottom. Get in that back seat and lay on your stomach. And so get home, from the very moment when I walked in the door, I started vomiting. And I think I started vomiting from the anesthesia. And so I only vomited one time. And so the doctor sent me home with a prescription for tramadol, ibuprofen, and Tylenol, and told me to just kind of take the tramadol every 6 hours, take the ibuprofen every 6 hours as needed. And I was confused about that because how do you control my pain with fentanyl, but then send me home with tramadol? So I'm the type of person, I don't like to push doctors. I don't want to fight them because I don't want them to think that I'm some kind of junkie. So I was like, okay, whatever. Maybe it will work. So got home. I was in a ton of pain. And the anesthesia had wore off. And I could tell that something was stuck in my bottom. And so my doctor came to talk to me after the procedure, and I still I didn't remember what he said because I was so kind of out of it. And then, but then I remember once I got home, he put some kind of pack-in inside of my bottom, which caused a ton of pain. And so the packing is to kind of contain well, not contain, but to catch the fluids that are coming out because of the surgery or whatever. But if I had it my way, I would have told him to leave the packing out. The packing is the worst shit ever. And please excuse my language. It's the worst. And so, okay, long story short, I was up the entire night. I couldn't sleep. I was up pacing, walking, not barely walking. I was slumped over walking. My sister was here. She couldn't really do anything about the pain. She felt so bad. She was sleeping, walking. And she was sleeping while I was up walking and pacing all night. So, I finally dozed off at about 6 a.m. Pain hit me back again at 7:30. Woke up at 7:30. Was only asleep for 1 hour. I got up, got dressed, put my clothes on. I'm about to drive myself to the ER. So I tried to sneak out the house and not bother my sister because she was waiting on me hand and foot or whatever. So I tried to do it myself. So I tried to sneak out with the keys. She heard me. She's like, "Where you going?" I was like, "To the ER." She was like, "Why didn't you wake me?" I was like, "I have to go now." She jumped up. She dropped me off at the ER because it's COVID-19. She couldn't go in the ER with me. And so got to the ER and I was explaining to the doctors that, hey, I just had surgery yesterday. I'm in a ton of pain and I cannot get this pain under control. The doctors came in, they looked at my bottom just to check to see if there was an infection. The doctor was like, "Don't worry, we got you. We're going to get this pain under control." So the nurse came in, she gave me a Norco. And she gave me some kind of shot. I can't remember what it was because I was so out of it. I was in so much pain. But she gave me a shot in my bottom. 20 to 30 minutes later, nothing. The pain was still there. I was still at a 10 with pain. And so 10 minutes after that, my surgeon came in. My surgeon got out of the bed to come and check on me. And so he's like, "What's wrong?" And when he walked in, I was standing up because I couldn't lay in the bed. I was crying. I said, "I'm in pain. I don't know what to do because I'm in so much pain." He was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." He's like, I told you that, this is the most intensive surgery. You're going to be in a ton of pain for about 2 to 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks. And I was like, "Yeah, I know. I remember you saying that." He said, "Have you been taking the pain meds?" I was like, "Yeah, I took it the way you told me to." And so he was like, at this time, the nurse was putting an IV in my arm. And so the doctor walked out as she was putting an IV in my arm. And so she was like, the nurse told me, she said my surgeon ordered morphine and volume. And so she put the morphine in first. I kind of got warm. I was like, "Oh, what is this?" It made me feel a little weird because I had never, I've never had morphine. And so she put the volume in. I'm not lying. 5 minutes later, I started feeling better. The pain started to alleviate. And so I laid there. I kind of dozed off. The doctor, the surgeon was telling me that they may have to put me back to sleep to check the wound. And so one of the other surgeons that was there with me, he's like, "No, we don't really want to do that. We don't, because it may not be anything, it may just be pain. So let's just send her home with some pain pills and she'll be fine." And so this time they sent me home with Oxycontin, something Oxycontin or something like that. And they gave me volume. And so now my pain is under control. My pain at that time was at about maybe a 7. And so from there, I got discharged. Got home. I sent the pills in to Walgreens, got the pills back, and I felt the morphine and volume kind of wearing off. Took the Oxy and the volume once I got home, and bam, the pain was leaving my bottom. However, what it did make me sleepy. I've been sleeping a lot, Most of the day I sleep. But in the in the evening, I find that the pain worsens at night. And I think it's because I feel that my bowels are moving, like something needs to come out of me. And so the second night, the night I came home from the ER, I did something that I probably shouldn't have done. I took Linzess. Linzess is, this is what it's called. It's Linzess. It's 100 and I think 46 mcgs, whatever that means. Linzess. And so what Linzess does, it allows it produces water in your colon so that you can make a complete bowel movement. And so I took 2 of those, and I took about 60 milliliters, I think milliliters, I don't know, I think that's what the cap says, 60 milliliters of milk magnesia. Fell asleep, not lying. Woke up 2 hours later, bubbling. I shouldn't have done that. I should have waited to do that. I should have waited to maybe the 3rd or 4th day. Woke up, I'm on fire. My bottom is burning. I'm on fire. And so I go to the restroom. I sit there. It starts spewing out of me like water. I am on fire. And so from there, after I got done with the first bowel movement, I cleaned myself up with some witch hazel wipes. These are really, really good. I got them from Target. They're about $7, but they're really, really good to keep you clean and sterilized. Cleaned myself up with that. Ran a hot bath. Got in the tub, sat there for maybe 20 minutes. As soon as I got in the tub, the hot water relieved my pain. I have to stress this, like, those hot baths are important. I take a hot bath. Well, it's not even a bath because I'm not cleaning myself or anything. I mean, in the morning I do. I clean my privates and under my arms kind of, but I do not put soap on my bottom. But anyway, I clean myself up the first hot bath. Throughout the day, when I'm starting to feel pain, so that I'm not taking as much as the narcotics or opioid or whatever you want to call it, because I don't want to find myself constipated and I bust my stitches. And so I got out the tub that particular day. Something else was still trying to come out. Step back down on the toilet. Now I gotta push just a little bit, and I'm not sure what I'm pushing because I hadn't had much to eat. When I got out of the hospital, I had a mashed potato bowl from KFC, and what that is it's just some mashed potatoes, gravy, and corn, and basically that's all I've been eating. And so when I was in the restroom, and so I'm pushing, the packing came out, and so packing came out, and a little more poop came out with it, but it was all water except the packing. I felt the packing come out. So now I'm on fire. Use the witch hazel wipes again. I'm screaming now. I'm hot. It's burning up in this bathroom. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm screaming, calling my sister's name. She get up. I had her please turn that heat off and turn the fan on through whatever. She turned the fan on, and I got a little air because I felt like I was hyperventilating, and I felt like I was about to faint. So from there, I got in the tub, sat there for a few seconds, and the pain started to relieve. So I sat there maybe 15 to 20 minutes, and I felt okay. Not clean myself up, but I kind of dried my body off. But I used the witch hazel wipes to kind of pat myself, not dry, but kind of take away some of the fluid that was coming out of me, the fluid in the blood, and cleaning up the residue from the poop. And so from there, I got into bed. I took a volume and an oxy that night, got into bed, fell asleep, didn't wake up until 12:30. I woke up. I didn't feel anything because I hadn't moved. As soon as I moved, I felt pain. I felt the pain as soon as I moved, and I had to slide out of the bed. So I got up to run me a warm bath because it always works for me. Got up, ran a warm bath. Same thing. I didn't make a bowel movement, or did I? Oh, I did. I did make a bowel movement the next day. Now this bowel movement was, it was a little solid. It was solid, but it was very small. So I kind of passed that twice, and I think it was the leftover from the day before or whatever. And so now, fast forward to day 5. My legs had been bothering me like really, really bad. Like I had some kind of pain in my legs. And so I've been telling my sister that I need compression socks. We couldn't find any. So finally I got on Target, looking everywhere for compression socks, ordered me some. My sister picked them up, put them on. And when I tell you, it made me feel much better. Like it stopped my fatigue for a while. I even slept with them that night, and that is the only night I was able to sleep the night through with the compression socks. However, I did wake up at 6:30 this morning. Last night was the first night that I slept all night. Woke up at 6:30 this morning in pain. I thought it was time for a bowel movement, but it wasn't. I took the Linzess last night. Still nothing. Took the Linzess again this morning. Still nothing. So I'm still waiting. I'm hoping that I'm not constipated. But we'll see. I'll give you guys an update after to let you know what happens. Another thing that the doctor gave me when I left the hospital is the antibiotic ointment. I use that after I use the bathroom. I clean myself up. Well, after I urinate, I use it. I just want to keep myself clean. I don't want to catch an infection. And so a long time ago, the doctor prescribed me lidocaine. And so I've been using this as well to kind of subdue the pain. It helps, but it's not a life changer. It's not a game changer. I mean, it helps just a little bit. So, I mean, if you got this, I mean, you can use it or not, but it helps just a little bit. I will say that. So today, you see, I sound a little better. I'm walking a little better. However, I am still in pain. My bottom is sore. It's not on fire. It's just sore. I haven't taken any pain well, yes, I did. I took some Tylenol this morning, and I think that's about it. I didn't take anything else. I'm waiting to see if my bowels are gonna move, and when they do, that's when I know I need to take the hard stuff, the cocktail stuff, to put me to sleep and make me, make me feel better afterwards. And so, yeah, that's my story. In 5 days post-op, I'm a 36-year-old woman. I'm starting to get pale because of this procedure. I'm not really feeling good. I don't have a fever or anything, but I do feel some kind of body aches. And so if you look at the color of my arm, it's different. What? No, I'm sure. Maybe not. I feel like I look pale. Anywho, I hope that this video helps someone else that's having issues or afraid to get the hemorrhoidectomy. In my opinion, if I would have known what the hemorrhoidectomy consisted of, I would have not gotten it. However, it may be a different story 2 weeks from now. I will update you guys in 2 weeks and tell you if this was the best thing that happened, or if it's something that I shouldn't have done at all. So, yeah, if you have any questions, send me a message. And I will update you guys tomorrow on my poop for today. And I feel like I'm full of poop. I hope that it's not hard. And if it's hard, pray for me, because I'm going to pray for you. But yeah, thanks for watching. And yeah, goodbye.